Select Committee on China member Congressman Carlos Gimenez. Congressman, great to see you. So let's just start with your reaction to Anthony Blinken's visit to China. What did you make of it? Did it do some good, or was it kind of a photo op and China brushing aside the United States?
Yeah, it's another opportunity for China to kind of brush us off and show the rest of the world how we're kneeling to China to please give us a meeting, and then them brushing us off. You know, I think he got about as close as 10 feet to Xi Jinping. And I think that the only way that he got that meeting, frankly, was it's like an episode of Impractical Jokers. You know, they're saying, hey, do you think we can get the President of the United States to say that that spy balloon that we flew over, that we didn't know anything about it and we didn't even know what it was on it? I bet you if we did that, no, he'd never say that. Well, actually, he did say that, and that's how we got this meeting. And so, again, why we are bending towards China, I don't know, but I got a pretty good reason why.
All right,
I know the reason why.
Let's take a look at what the president said about the spy balloon. Watch this.
China has some legitimate difficulties unrelated to the United States. And I think one of the things that balloon caused was not so much that it got shot down, but I don't think the leadership knew where it was and knew what was in it and knew what was going on. I think it was more embarrassing than it was intentional.
Congressman, is there any world in which China did not know where that balloon was and what it was doing there?
No. Like I said, this was an episode of Impractical Jokers to actually make the President of the United States say something idiotic like that. And then they got the meeting. And that's my theory, okay, of how they got this meeting, that the President of the United States actually thinks that Xi Jinping, probably the most powerful Chinese leader since Mao, and arguably even more powerful than Mao, didn't know what that balloon was doing, didn't know how it got there, wasn't guiding that balloon, and wasn't gathering all the information as it flew across the United States over a bunch of sensitive military sites. That is unbelievable. It's also ridiculous that the president would say something like that.
So one thing President Xi wouldn't budge on was his refusal to restart military-to-military communications between the U.S. and China. This, of course, comes less than a month after it was revealed Chinese fighter jets conducted a, quote, unnecessarily aggressive maneuver during an intercept of a U.S. military plane in international airspace over the South China Sea. Congressman, I look at that and I just say China's not interested in playing ball on anything, and that's because they don't think they have to with this administration. What's your read?
I agree 100%. They don't think they have to with this administration. And everything that this administration has done, for me, is against U.S. interests. So going over there, begging for a meeting, please, let's start talking again. I think what we need to do is need to show China that we are serious. We're serious about decoupling from them. We're serious about our economic competition with them. And again, they're not competitors, they're adversaries. They're undermining us everywhere around the world. And every single thing that we do, we need to gear up. We need to make sure that, look, the only way to peace is through strength. We need to strengthen the United States, both militarily, and we need to strengthen the United States competitively, economically, around the world. And that's the only thing that China will understand.
Really quickly, did anything happen on this trip that gives you a sense that economically we strengthened our hands against China?
No, absolutely not. You know, look, it's going to take us in Congress. It's going to take the private sector. It's unfortunate that he actually met with Bill Gates, and they're going to, I guess, get stronger ties. We need to start the decoupling from China. We do, for our own benefit, for our own security, and also to try to weaken their hand, because every dollar that we send to China is used against us. Look, we need to get real about the fact that every dollar that we send is used against us. Every dollar that our allies send is used against us. They want to be the dominant economic and military power by 2049, and I don't want my children or grandchildren living in a world dominated by the Chinese Communist Party.
Look, if you want to change negotiation, you've got to make a move. It's got to start somewhere. We just didn't see that. Nothing more than a photo op here, as it turns out. We got to leave it there, Congressman. Good to see you. Thanks for being with us.